Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Janpha Thadphoothon, and I'm in my garden, having my morning coffee. And it's a lovely Saturday morning, and the weather is fine. I mean, it's gonna be a bit warm this morning. If you're not in Thailand and watching me, Thailand is a part of ASEAN or Southeast Asian nations. We are in a really hot country, in a tropical uh, zone of the world. And the season we are in is actually the wet season. Uh, some may call the rainy season. So it's gonna rain pretty often. As you can see behind me, the vegetation here, that's the banana trees, some banana trees, and the ivies, and the mulberry trees, and other things. So this morning, as usual, I'm gonna talk a little bit about writing language because I'm an English teacher. And but this morning, I would like to invite you to think about language and writing because, as I told you, uh, I think many years ago that some people say that writing is not language like this writing or even this. So, but on uh, the other hand, on one hand, we have been uh, learning that there are two media when we talk about language learning. The first is the written language and the spoken language. The spoken language and the written language. In ELT or in yeah, English language teaching and learning, we uh, we talk about language as having two media, the spoken media and the written media or the written language. But in somewhere else, I mean, some people argue that actually uh, writing is not language. But what it is, writing, some people claim, is a representation. Is representation is a representation of language. And what I'm saying is that if you say that learning the the Pali language or any other languages, you can use different writing scripts or writing systems. What I mean is that you can write the Pali in the Burmese scripts or the Burmese writing system, or you can use the Thai or the Khmer or the even the Japanese scripts. So in order to understand this complexity, you need to understand that you need to actually study semiotics. Semiotics is a study of signs and meanings in general because language is actually a symbolic system invented by or yeah by human beings. And what is meant by a sign is anything that can be represented by something else. I mean, it's about a system of representation. Representation. A sign can be a picture, can be an image, can be a sound, can be textual, can be our even our imagination, which is very broad. So, from the semiotic perspective, the spoken and the written media of communication can merge into a higher plane of some existence that is the system of science, okay, a study of science. That is why, let me have another sip of coffee. Is it very important for language learner to study semiotics? If you don't study semiotics, you will get stuck and you cannot move beyond the grammar or the language form, I mean, or even phonology, the sounds and the signs, the sound and the image actually can be merged into one. As you can see the from what happening on the internet, the language of the internet is actually uh, you know confirms many beliefs. Actually, it's one of my beliefs that language is a system of science. A language, if you use it as a countable noun, is actually a system of science. You see, on the internet, you have different modalities, different types of science, and the meanings created emerging from the ecology of science, you know, invented by human beings. Well, this Saturday morning, uh, this is a lovely morning. I'm inviting you, I'm discussing with you some of the ideas in language and in India, in particular, the system of meaning. I mean, once in a while, it's very delightful to have coffee, pondering upon the side that we are consuming and the notion of semiotics and linguistics. Um, because the very moment when you think about symbolism, size, and meaning, uh, you will start to wonder, and this wonderment is very profound in our existence in the world, in the reality that we are living in. Maybe it's a bit too philosophical, but actually, remember the language is part of, is a field in humanities. Actually, we put that as a field in arts and humanities. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Janpha Thadphoothon having a coffee in my garden with listening to the birds singing and dogs barking. And where's my cat? Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in my next video.